So it's my last day in Gran Canaria today. All checked out of the hotel. We've got a few hours. I need to be to the airport until this afternoon. So I've got a few hours. Beautiful day. The sky's clear, sun's out. So I'm going to go and explore a little town called Ingenio, I think, which is pretty close to the airport. Looks quite interesting from what I've seen online, so we'll see what we find there. We're taking a similar route today because Ingenio is next to the town next to Agüimes, where we went the other day. So it's just along the GC1, which is the main motorway, highway. Pretty much the route where we're going to have to take to the airport anyway. Ingenio is just off the airport's on the coast. Ingenio is just off inland a little bit. I'd quite like to do that so that I can be close by, near the airport, don't have to worry about time. There's also, I believe, a viewpoint at the end of the runway where we can maybe watch some planes come into land. We'll maybe go and have a look at that before we go and take the hire car back and get through security. I can't remember Gran Canaria Airport actually. I know I've been there before because I've been here before, but I have no recollection of it. So slight change of plan. As I came off the roundabout, I saw a plane landing and realised I was basically at the end of the runway here. So rather than coming back here, I thought I'd come and have a look. A little Binter ATR taking off. So Binter operate all the inter-island, I think most of the inter-island. I think there's also Canary fly as well, but yeah, they do all the inter-island flights. I'm guessing that there must be a better spot because there's usually always people at these plane spotters. Not a professional plane spotter, just like planes, like airports. Actually love going to an airport. People watching and stuff. Not in a good place, and there's probably a better viewpoint, and that's why there's nobody here. We're kind of alongside the runway, past just before the touchdown point. I think there's another bit you can go to, but we've seen the airport. We'll go and see Ingenio, get a coffee. Always seems to be my priority, doesn't it? I haven't had one yet, and it's like 11:30, so. We're just coming to Ingenio now. I think there's an old and a new part to the town, so I think this is the newer part. Still pretty colourful. All the buildings are painted in bright colours. So this used to be a small settlement, kind of relying on Agüimes, which is nearby, but was kind of prospered through agriculture. They love a statue here. Every roundabout has a statue or a sculpture on it. And here we are in Ingenio. It's a beautiful day. Probably the nicest day I've had since I've been here. Typical day I leave. This seems to be the main square up here. And Spanish and Canadian flags everywhere. And there's a little park there. This is nice. They're well maintained. A really nice little park. I'll carry on up here. This is the church. And we've got the tourist information office. Beautiful building. Little pigs. We missed an opportunity there. They've made 4 pigs. Should have left it at 3. 3 little pigs with a big pig. This is the main square, I think, of the town, centred around the church. I'll have a look inside. that church, to me, just looks like a slightly smaller version of the one in Agüimes. Smaller style decoration, probably built around the same period, I would imagine. And these little... Oh, I thought it was going to be an alleyway. I mean, I think it probably was, and then someone's made it an entrance to their house. Ooh, Churria Paco. Maybe to get a coffee and some churros, maybe? So, not the right time for churros, unfortunately. So I've gone for a bocadillo. More importantly, got coffee. Not nice coffee. Not nice. Oh well. One thing I'd say about this town is it feels like a place where people live. You know, it doesn't feel like a tourist destination. It feels quite authentic. The real Gran Canaria. I imagine you can't find a full English around here. You see down here, well, quite high up actually. I'm not sure if you can make it out because there's some low clouds, but a bit of land peninsula that sticks out. It's just by the airport, so we really are in line with the airport here. Beautiful buildings. Okay, so where do we go next? We carry along here, or do we go up? This is the Museum of Water and Sugar. I guess sugar was what they were farming here. Water being pretty important to growing the sugar cane. It's a nice street with the different colours. Let's head up here. Seems like we're just at the back of houses here. So we'll go back where we were. Head up the hill and get my steps in. Lots of, you can probably hear it, lots of construction going on. It seems mostly like preservation work. Where I was sat having a coffee, there was a couple of workmen adding new benches into a little park, and that view there out into Maspalomas, I think. It's the only thing that would be that big. Ingenio seems to be a pretty reasonable sized town. When we first came in, sort of newer part. Am I walking into someone's garden here? No. So the largest part of the town seemed to be the modern bit, and this is the old town sort of further up the hill. Some of these buildings, yeah, more construction going on. House of, well, reloj can be watch or clock, right? House of the watches. This is the watch house. Yeah, so this is all about sugarcane farming, which I guess was the most important industry that the town was built on. Didn't quite get what watches have to do with it. Anyway, I'll Google it later. Of these little mailboxes, like, cute as that. The back of the church here. We're behind, above me, over there. Got quite a dark rain cloud. It's spitting through here. There go the bells again. Over here. The sky's still blue and clear, so I'm trying to avoid the rain. Oh, this is a dead end. Is it? No. There's a gate on it. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. Beautiful. Yeah, that was cute. Just the addition of all the little plants and stuff. The rain's really pulling through now. You can tell by my screwed up face. I'm like what are they called? A gremlin. Don't feed me after midnight. Don't let me get wet. I'm very proud of their identity as Canarians. Really opens up here. There's another little parking spot here, that's handy. Come over here for the view. Over the weeds. You can certainly hear the airport, but I can't see it because of this building. Right, so this is back up to where we first came in. The tourist information office. Seems to be a cafe in this park as well. It's quieting down a little bit tonight. It's been raining. The Canarians are like their Iberian counterparts. It rains, they run inside. A nice looking tourist information. And here comes the sun again. Agüimes, 3.3 kilometres from here. It's pretty close. So you could definitely do both Agüimes and Ingenio as one trip. Both quite small places. First impressions, Ingenio feels more of a town. I think the population is about 30,000. It feels like it's a place where people actually live. Agüimes felt a bit more like a sort of tourist centre. Yeah, still worth seeing. The little square with the church is nice. Some of these little streets to walk around are pretty nice. But yeah, you're not in a resort. I'm kind of going and so forth. You're not in a holiday resort, you're not in a tourist destination, so it kind of feels like that, which is nice. It's nice to experience a town that's a bit more genuine or a bit more reflective of how people live out here. Not a bad place to live. So yeah, Ingenio, worth a visit. In the morning or an afternoon if you got a break from the beach, or as I'm doing, because it is right next to the airport, if you've got an hour or so to kill before you head to the airport, then not a bad place to come. Ah, here's a map. I'll show you. Not the clearest. But yeah, we've kind of been around all of this area. This is all the more modern part of the city. Great roundabout. Really good care of the planting and the parks here. And we'll finish off in January with a walk through this park. So my goal coming to Gran Canaria this time was to experience the island, see as much of it as I could. I've definitely done that. I've been all around, started on Maspalomas, and I've worked on my way back round, inland, up mountains, beaches. So yeah, I've definitely got a good feel for the island. Did that previously with Lanzarote, and next stop is Fuerteventura, where I plan to do the same. I guess before this trip, my impression of Gran Canaria was based on really just a couple of trips to Maspalomas. One when I was very young, I don't really remember, and another about 3 years ago. Maspalomas is fine, it's what it is. Depends what you want. You just want winter sun or really hot summer sun. Plenty of beach resorts, plenty of hotel resorts, sorry. But the island's definitely got a lot more to offer beyond the beach and the weather. I say this week weather's been kind of changeable, hasn't spoilt my enjoyment of it at all. So yeah, that's been Ingenio, it's been Gran Canaria, and I guess I'll see you next in Fuerteventura. Hasta luego.